Hi everyone. I thought on this channel, I don't think I've ever talked about John Lennon or Yoko Ono. And so if you're familiar with my Canadian Studmuffin channel, you probably have seen all of this before, but I enjoy talking about stuff that I love, even more than once. So for John Lennon, in the 60s with the Beatles, I loved all of the Beatles, but for vocals, John Lennon was number one. So I would say uh, John Lennon is my all-time favorite singer, but just for the Beatles era. And, sadly, he didn't have a very long solo career, but I loved his vocals then. But they were different for me than the Beatles years. It's hard to explain, but I don't know. There was just a certain magic with him being in the Beatles with his vocals. I just missed the Beatles. So first of all, I know that some of you out there are not a fan of Yoko Ono, of her music, or maybe even Yoko Ono. That's fine. I would prefer no negative attacks on her in the comment section because, I don't know, I've seen it all. uh, Anytime I talk about her, I do get a bit of flack. So if you don't like her music, that's fine. We'll be talking about John Lennon too. But I love a lot of her music. And I think in the past, I would do videos on John Lennon on my main channel, and I'd talk about Yoko Ono, and I'd say respectful things about her. And I think that possibly is a reason I started to receive gifts from Sean Lennon and Yoko Ono. They're on my Canadian Studmuffin channel, the unboxings for them, including Imagine John Lennon, The Ultimate Mixes, 2 LP on white vinyl. That's very white vinyl. And the two postcards. I remember this one back in the early 70s, of course, but I don't remember this one, but I guess it was part of the package. Here's one of the cards I received for one of the box sets sent to me. Envelopes. And was also gifted his debut album, Plastic Ono Band. And this is also a double vinyl. Came with a little booklet. believe that's I believe that's Claus Dorman artwork drawing. Plastic Ono Band box set gifted to me. And on the Blu-ray, it also includes the Yoko Ono, her Plastic Ono Band, like, has the similar cover to John's. And I love that. And it comes with a really nice hardcover book. I love this photo. It's nice when there's certain photos that you've never seen before. Very nice book. I even kept the hype sticker. And then the last one I received a few months back, and I'm not expecting this in the mail. It just shows up at my door one day, and you know, I'm on. Thank you. So the last one is this. It's called the John Lennon Give Me Some Truth, the Ultimate Remixes, 9 EPs on 10-inch white vinyl, 36 songs completely remixed from the original multi-tracks. And this is a collector's item, because there weren't, I forget how many were made. Yeah, 1,500. So I have 0137 of 1,500 made. If you go on eBay, they're selling at a pretty good price. Comes with a whiteout poster. Being honest, this isn't my favorite box set of John Lennon's, but it's and this is double-sided, which I didn't know. But it's the collector thing. That's kind of cool. And some postcards and stickers. Give Me Some Truth sticker. It's very white. And once again, I kept the hype sticker. And so I'll just show you one of these. There's 9 EPs. So 4 songs on each of them. Comes in a nice poly bag. Is that what do you call it? Plastic bag. Really cool. And then just the regular CDs I have for Yoko Ono. I want to get more of her solo material. This is her debut album, Plastic Ono Band. Lie, double album. And, you know, I totally get people that don't like Yoko Ono's music, especially, you know, when she screams, you know, the 3 experimental albums she did with John Lennon, which I have here. I don't like them. But there are people out there that like experimental stuff, and good for them. But she has done a lot of regular, you know, song-based material on these albums, and I love her vocals. I think she can sing, and like I said, it's just my opinion, but I'm not, you know, I don't want to get into these arguments below in the comment section. Like, if you don't care for the music, that's fine, but I like her music. Thumbnail. Yeah, Feeling the Space, Yoko Ono. And my favorite, actually one of my favorite double albums of all time, Approximately Infinite Universe, Yoko Ono. And I actually posted on Twitter a few months back that this is one of my all-time favorite double albums. And if I remember, I'll have the reply back from Sean Lennon. But he was like, "Oh, really?" Like, he was, you know, happy to hear that. One of the links. Yeah, there's a little booklet too. I'm hoping that they remaster Season of Glass. I knew what would come to me. On the grapefruit label. And like I said, I need to get more of her albums. The latest one I have is Yoko Ono Plastic Ono Band, Between My Head and the Sky, with Sean Lennon. And it is really good. This is the booklet. And then the John Lennon stuff I have, the experimental albums. I actually listen to these on my main channel. I won't open this up for you. And this one I always tell the story. One day I saw this at the record store. I took it up to the counter. I knew the woman who owned the store pretty well. They were neighbors of ours. And she said, "Don't buy this. It's just screaming." But John Lennon, one of the Beatles, was on the cover and back cover, so I bought it. And she was right. It was just screaming and guitar feedback and other stuff. And I took it back the next day and got my money back. But it's interesting. Then the wedding album. So these aren't in any order. John Lennon Rock and Roll, not one of my favorite John Lennon albums. He's doing 50s cover versions. This one, I can't wait for this to be remixed. I think that's a very underrated album. Mind Games. Imagine. Again. This is this is one that some Lennon fans aren't crazy about, but I've always loved it. And once again, I love Yoko Ono's songs. We're All Water is probably my favorite, and Sisters, Oh Sisters, and other ones. And of course, John's songs, New York City, are great. I'm not as crazy about the live album, even though some of it is with Frank Zappa, one of my all-time favorite artists. And I actually bought this before I received the box set of this. And I think I did a video, so maybe it was in, a video like this, and I talked about Yoko Ono. But I also got kind of emotional because this is remixed and brings up his vocals more in the mix. And like I explained in the video, it's like I don't know, it's because it was so sad with his passing. I don't want to say the other words. With his passing, and then, the breakup with the Beatles, I kind of didn't appreciate John's vocals in his solo career like I should have. But with this album, with his vocals brought up, it kind of got me emotional too. And once again, I have the John Lennon Plastic Ono band. Walls and Bridges, superb album, one of his best. Milk and Honey, I don't play this very much. I guess, because it's kind of sad. It came out after his passing. But I love some of the songs. I'm Stepping Out and Nobody Told Me, Oh Sanity, Grow Old With Me. And the Plastic Ono Band live piece in Toronto, 1969. It's actually a pretty good live album. I don't care for the side, like Don't Worry, Kyoko and John. I'll listen to them. Like, I know some people completely, I get it, they don't want to hear it. But I will listen to that. And finally, and sadly, his final album while he was alive, Double Fantasy. And this is the original version, and also it's called Stripped Down, where they remixed it, and it was kind of, I feel it was a bit overproduced, and so they've stripped it back a bit, and that's the version I actually prefer. And they bring up his vocals once again, and once again, I love Yoko Ono's songs on this too. And I keep thinking of what thumbnail to use. This is a good one. So that is it. I would love your thoughts on John Lennon below. And you know, if it's going to be not negative, if you don't like Yoko Ono, you can say, I don't like Yoko Ono's music. That's fine. But just don't, I don't want any abusive comments. That's what I'm trying to get at. So thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye.